What's up, everybody? Welcome back to another Unreal Engine 5 game development livestream where we're back in our gas course project, an action RPG built from scratch using Unreal Engine 5, of course, the gameplay ability system plugins, C++ blueprints, and all that good stuff. Today we're going to work on, probably on multiple streams we're going to be working on this feature because I don't know really exactly how we're going to do it. We have a reference, but we're going to try to work on ability stacking, basically allowing you to activate an ability multiple times before it goes into full official cooldown. And I kind of want to do it for my dodge ability because right now I could dodge an unlimited amount of times. I'm just kind of zooming around, and that's fun for sure. And maybe I don't want to limit it, but I want to at least try because maybe there'll be some other abilities that I would want to have ability stacks for. Maybe we can have a short cooldown on it. Maybe we can have ways you can do progression for it. So if you kill an enemy that's burning, you can get a stack back or something to that effect. Basically, see what we can do. There is a really, I wouldn't say it's a super good reference, but it's a reference nonetheless, and I think it's gonna get us there, hopefully. So I don't know if I can actually, it's within this whole post from what's it called? Let me send it to you guys in chat. There you go. It's not Risk of Rain, is it? No. Yeah, Risk of Rain 2. Okay. And they have an example, and I'll show it on screen. But basically, like you have in Overwatch, for example, like the blink ability from Tracer, you have this kind of counter with its own little circle above it. And that's basically these stacks. So I'm wondering if I can get these things, because I think it'll be interesting. And he does it in a way with max stacks being... So the stack attributes are automatically changed to reflect the skill's max stacks. But I'm wondering if I should be doing it through attributes. Does that really matter? I guess it would be nice to be able to do it through attributes. Because you can change it dynamically, I suppose. You could do it with the gameplay effect to be like, hey, now you have a max of 5 charges, and you can get the UI to update and reflect that when that stat comes into existence. So I wonder if I should have a whole attribute set for these kinds of stacks, because there would need to be say for example I had 3 abilities, each with its own stacking thing. Hey, thanks for the follow, William Show 12. How you doing? Hydrate, you got it. I got myself some sparkling water. Thanks for the follow there. Yo, what's good? What's good? So say I had like I said, 3 different abilities, like the dodge. Say I had I don't know, some jump, a special jump ability that had charges to it. And what if I wanted all those to have independent max charging? So I would have to make an attribute set with these unique, I guess, attributes within them. So maybe it's best to make a stacking attribute set so I can just kind of add and remove the ones that I want when I want. So maybe that's gonna be a good point to start with. Let me get the content browser up in here. So let's go to tools, new C++ class. Let's go ahead and make this attribute set. Blah, blah, blah. I think I have to make this smaller for a second. Sorry. So we want all classes. I think I have a gas course attribute set. How long have I been streaming for in general? I don't know, a couple of years now. I've only been more consistent in the last 2 years. But we're getting there. So we have a gas course attribute set. So we're gonna go here. We're gonna have to add this to the appropriate directory, of course. So I believe it's in the public section. Yep. being playability system, attribute sets. Here, we'll call this gas course. I don't know, like what's the naming conventions? I just had it. So attribute set. So gas course, blah 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 attribute set. So ability stacks attribute set. Ah, it's too long. So ability stack attribute set. Still too long. Then we gotta do GASC underscore ability stacks attribute set. We'll go ahead and create that class real quick. And so yeah, our goal for right now is to get multiple dodges with its own kind of cooldown. Like the ability itself, if you run out of charges or stacks, however you want to label it, you know, you'll refresh within its own certain kind of time window. And I'm wondering if like the cooldown should just be generally universal. So if you were to run out of stacks, is it more, would you have like an even more ultimate cooldown? So like in each between each stack, you have a cooldown of 2 seconds. But if you burn through all your stacks, the whole ability goes on cooldown. So you have to wait like 5 seconds or something. Could be interesting. So let's make sure we do everything correctly here with this attribute set. We're going to do a lot of copy pasta. We'll copy from the health attribute set, for example. We're going to grab all of you. We don't care about core minimal. We'll do that. And then... okay, so we don't have to do all of that. Definitely need to do this. And we also need to do a constructor, it looks like. Am I doing... okay, public. Generated body. Let's do it! Nothing like just jumping into it, right? We got that. And we gotta do a... constructor like that. I think that's okay. Do I need the U? I do. So now we gotta just do our attributes. So we're just gonna grab you. Change the names, of course. Do I play games? Of course I play games. But I don't play games on stream. I just work on making games on stream. But on my off time, yeah. Why has God forsaken me? I don't know. What's up, Bill? Which game? Currently I'm playing Black Myth Wukong. And then when I'm not playing Black Myth Wukong, I'm playing Mario and Luigi Brotherhood on Switch. And then, yeah, that's more or less what I'm playing at the moment. Let's make the UI a little bigger for you guys again. I'm on like chapter 3 of Black Myth Wukong, and I don't know how far along I am on Mario and Luigi Brotherhood. So we're gonna say current dodge stacks, current dodge stack count. Then we're gonna say max dodge stack count. And we gotta update a lot of the information here because we did a lot of copy pasta, and that's dangerous. We do that, we do that, we do that, do that. Now we gotta make replicated functions here, so we're just gonna grab these here. So, and then we're gonna change these. So on rep current dodge stack count. And then we're gonna do on rep like that. And then we just gotta kind of copy the names here like such. Then we gotta say old current stack count here. You play CS, so Counter-Strike 1.6? Damn. Yeah, I'm not much into competitive shooting. I think, yeah, Counter-Strike is still competitive, I'm assuming, right? I know my other friend Bill here, he was recommending Call of Duty Black Ops. I think it's 6 now. Maybe I'll play that, not sure. Gotta have to play it by ear. So let's generate our code. So we're gonna be generating quite a lot. I don't know if we need the constructor or anything, but we're just gonna pop in everything into existence here. Now, let's look at our reference for health up here. So we got clamping going on, so we're definitely gonna do that. For pre-attribute change, do you have a plan to grow your channel? Yeah, well, I mean, you know, I try to promote it as much as possible. Expand, but I want to stick to just game development on this channel. You know, it's what I'm more passionate about. So hopefully I'll find the audience that wants to watch. So there's get max dodge count attribute. Get current dodge count attribute. Blah, blah, blah. Adjust for max change. I don't know if I need to do adjust for max change, actually. No, we don't want to do that. We do want to do this, so we want to clamp it. We're going to do max dodge count value. Actually, I'm a GFX designer, video editor. If you need a sentence, a logo, banner, overlay. Hey, I appreciate that, but I'm good. I'm good with where I'm at. So post gameplay effect execute. This is where I'm sending some events and stuff. I do want to clamp some things here. I mean, we do have a Discord that you can join, but you know, I'm not very active on a individual level on Discord. I'm not good with responding with DMs, so if you want to just join the Discord, you can do that. You know, otherwise, there's no need. If I'm gonna be honest, I'm not gonna check anything, so you know, no need to bother. I'm not very interested. So we're gonna do get current dodge count attribute, and we're just gonna say set current dodge attribute count. Looks like that did it correctly, so we can do that. What else? Yeah, we gotta do the rep lifetime props. We're gonna do that. We're gonna do that. We're gonna do current dodge stack count. We're gonna do max dodge stack count. And we gotta do the replication things here. It's just like this. A lot of boilerplate stuff that we're gonna be doing. Got that. And then we gotta do this. That's interesting. I think I just caught a bug. Oh no, I copy and pasted the same notify thing. Never mind. Okay. So max dodge stack count. Think that's all kosher. Since we generated a header file and we're doing everything in CPP here, we're gonna just do a full recompile. We'll see if we get any bugs here. That's the health attribute set. We don't care about that anymore. So now we have our stacking. I believe I updated everything here. Let's give it a compile and see what happens. Usually when I do a bunch of copy and pasting like that, I forget something and it complains. So maybe this will be one of the first times that it doesn't complain. That would be pretty cool. But now that we have an attribute set, tracking these things, there we go. we got file problems. So, oh, I just need to do an if. There's no parent thing right there. Okay. Undefined type. I'm not sure what it's complaining about there. Did I miss an include maybe? Maybe. Let's just grab. Let's grab all these boys. Try it again. All right, we got him. We got him. So yeah, now that we have the attribute effects, we have to like kind of control the stacking in some way. Obviously, like we initialize this in a certain way. So let's just read through the example again. So what happens is after the skill has been granted through a skill set, the stack attributes are automatically changed to reflect the skill's max stacks. So yeah, he basically updates stuff. But there's a thing called get max attribute by input ID. I'm curious what, like, because he has an ability stack set, so maybe he has it on a per input ID, which is what he's saying. Which maybe that's maybe a smart idea, or maybe it doesn't really matter because we're not really doing that. So at runtime, when the ability is granted, we initialize that that attribute. So we're gonna just have to see how best to do that. Let me also get project settings open here. So let's take. We have our character, player, ability system, abilities, test examples. Now we're gonna say dodge. Now I don't know if I reparented this one to this class. So it is stacked ability, so that's good. So ability, stacking, has ability stacks, max number of stacks, stack recharge duration, current number of stacks. So I don't think current number of stacks needs to be exposed like that. So where do I handle this? Is it in the base ability? Can I have these values? Maybe. I also wonder, like, should this only be in the base? Not like, should it be in the base class? I don't think so, but let's see. So I don't think this needs to be exposed at all. So we'll make this, because I think it's a protected thing, I'm going to make this private. I'm not going to make it editable. And we don't care about meta condition. I think we can just leave it to this. Whoops. And we can make like a publicly exposed helper. And I think I'll do that in the stacked ability here. Public. Actually, I don't know if it needs to be private. I think it could still be protected, just so I have access to it. So I can say, so it's an int32. Which makes sense. I should just keep it to that. So int32 get current number of ability stacks. Return current. What's the so something along the lines of that, I think is okay. And it could be U function, of course. Probably the same property here. And then we should, if I'm not mistaken, there should be like an on ability added. So do I have one that's overridable for C++? Let's see. No. Is it like granted? Also, what I don't is that initializer correct? Looks like it. Okay. So let's go to the base class here. We're gonna look for like on added, granted. Okay. So when I gotta find this K2 event. So on added. So on givability. So there is that thing that I can override. So I should be able to say virtual void on givability. So we can generate that. Obviously, we're going to super that, of course. Now we basically got to do what he was doing, which he says apply stack change gameplay effect. So after the skill has been granted through a skill set, the stack attributes are automatically changed to reflect the skill's max stats. This is possible through a dynamic GE created at runtime. So we're gonna make another function, I suppose. It'll be private, I think. So initialize stack counts. That's gonna be a void. I don't know if it should be a Boolean or not. We're going to generate that. We're going to do that. Then we're going to call it. Oops. Initialize. Oh. That. We also have to make sure that we grant this attribute set, if I'm not mistaken. So let's go to our ability set. I didn't really give him a resistance one. I'll give him the resistance one. But let's also give ability stacks. Boom. Okay. Now we can pretty much, we're going to try to copy this code. And we just got to change things, right? Maybe. Is that actually enough? Let's see. Duration policy, instant, yes. So const to get that. So we're sending 2 of them, and yeah, 1. So they're both overrides. We're doing current and max. So I'm curious, because it's not going to be this. So I know this is going to be problematic, these lines. So we got to do something like max stack info dot attribute equals u, like that. Get maybe that's okay. And then current stack info dot attribute equals like that. Current. Curious if that's actually gonna do anything. So we'll try to compile, since we did write a good amount of code just there. We'll see if it compiles correctly. Who thinks so? Okay, good thing. I was like, who thinks I'm gonna do this correctly the first time? So property has a category set, but is not exposed. Okay, yeah, that makes sense. I'm still on the fence of whether this property even needs to be anything. Be curious to see if I would ever need to query information about the current one. Okay. We got some problemos, but nothing we can't handle. Let it finish. There we go. So max stacks. Got it. Okay. Max number of stacks is what we want. And then ASC. Okay. Did I not copy it correctly? Interesting. We can just say, you know, get ability system component. That should be valid. Okay. I mean, can I just say like apply gameplay effect to self? No. That should work. 10 times the charm. Man. So left and make context must point to blah, blah, blah. Okay, let's see. So apply gameplay effect to self. Because like his function has two parameters, the spec and also actor info, but he doesn't look like he's using them for any reason. Okay, what can I do? Because I know I dynamically add a gameplay effect in my damage pipeline. So my blueprint libraries, thing in here. I'll do something like this. So maybe I could do something similar. So let's just comment that out. Same with you. We're going to say stack effect handle. And we're going to say you don't need to assign that. Adding granted tags, and then we do something like this. But we're going to say get ability system component from actor info. Apply gameplay effect to self. Is that all it needs? I didn't like the autocomplete on that. So apply gameplay effect to self. And then it needs... Maybe I could just do spec. Not sure. So spec to self. So apply spec self. I'm curious if that's okay. Let's find out, shall we? We shall. We shall. No. So, yeah. We don't need to add instigator. So, ability system globals, we don't have that. Do I need to import it? Yes. All right, we got there. Now it's just a matter of, checking if this works. Because yeah, I'm curious where I should be controlling like the max stacks thing, because the assumption here is that we're setting it within the ability, but I'm curious if that should just be another attribute. We'll see. But honestly, we've been making decent progress. We're not going to stream for too long today. Maybe just a little bit after an hour. But it would be nice to try to get something tangible. So we have our dodge, right? And we have ability, stacking, has ability stacks. Yeah, of course. Auto commit ability on activate. No, we don't want to do that. That's for sure. So I should probably add that into here. So auto commit on activate equals false. Just that's a baseline. Max number of stacks. Let's say 5. We'll play. And now there should be like attribute, so debug attribute, we're gonna say, I guess, I shouldn't have to debug it like that, right? There should be debug ability system. So we have, max dodge stack count 5 and the current dodge stack count 5. You can't really see that. You're gonna have to trust me that that's working. So let's just change that to 3, just to try. And yeah, it's 3. So that's good. So let's see what we need to do next. So he has a recharger. So the gameplay stack recharger is a gameplay ability that is responsible for applying a recharge gameplay effect. As a gameplay ability, it offers the flexibility to create complex logic, blah, blah, blah. So I'm not sure why he delays onto next tick in this example. but we wait. So we activate the ability, and I guess the ability is activated automatically when it's granted, and we're granting it within the ability, the parent ability. And it checks to see which attributes to listen for. So let's set that up next. So we're gonna have to make, from what I could tell, yeah, it's a T subclass of. So I guess it needs to go into this part of the ability. So T subclass of new gameplay ability. Stack recharger ability. That could be null, I assume. And then we can say on give ability, we could say if, okay, we could just do if like that. Oops. Should be able to grant, so give, no, on give ability, grant, I'm not sure, so let's see, get ability system component, give ability and activate once. Does it need event data? Was it like, yeah, it's asking me for a spec. So yeah, K2 is like give ability and activate once. So let's see what this thing is doing. So we can build spec from class. I don't know if I need to do input ID. So in theory, I could just say, you know, build spec from class. Stack recharger ability. Like that. Then I should just be able to, because it returns something like this. Does it have to be something like this? I don't know. I assume that's correct. Let's find out. We're getting close, I think. Like once we can prove this, then we gotta do something about the UI. There's gotta be like a special UI instance. I'm just kind of curious how we're gonna set that up visually, I suppose. Okay. So no, not like that. And then give ability. I want to do give ability and activate once. Hoping that's kosher. Try that again. Okay, we're in business. Yeah, the problem I think so far with this implementation is like this isn't generic. Like if I had another class, like another ability with the same class, I'd be using the same stack count. So there would have to be a way to kind of assign the attribute set. So maybe there's a way to make parameters for that. You know, like max stack attribute and current stack attribute. And then you would assign them like here, rather than in like hard getting these ones. So let's see if this ability gets granted and activated correctly. Let's make a new blueprint class. So GA stack recharger dodge. Put you here. Then I could just say print, you know, Dodge Recharger. That sounds like a car, like a Dodge Charger. And we don't really want it to end unless the other ability is removed, which we'll probably have to do some sort of cleanup for. So Dodge Recharger, we got the print string here. We know that works, so that's great. I do feel like I should solve this too specific of an attribute problem. So dot attribute is what? So it's an F gameplay attribute. So can I, like, what variable type does that look like? Also, can I delete some stuff? Okay. So do I have an attribute variable type? Because it's a struct. So F gameplay. No. Is there anything like gameplay attribute? Yes, gameplay attribute. Whatever. Let's compile. What do we get? Okay, so it can literally be like that. So that's good. So could I say, in theory, twice. I want to say F gameplay attribute max stack attribute. Are those allowed to be null pointers? I wonder. Let's see. Or can those be like just not initialized? Let's see. Instead of current, it's gonna be current stack attribute. Oh, whoops. Like that. Now I should be able to say, I mean, can I add if and I don't know if you could just do that. Because we want to do that if, like, if they're not valid, we don't want to bother constructing this, and we might want to, or can I say, maybe I do the opposite. So if, or, could do a UE log, oh, is it like error? Max stack attribute or current stack attribute are invalid. Please check your setup. And then return, I guess. Otherwise, do this, and then I could just pass in this instead. Let's see if that compiles. I'm not confident based on our history right now. I don't know if you can see the kitty in the background. She's sleeping. I know. Very cute kitty. This is when she's most peaceful, you know. I'm streaming and she's just sleeping by the heater. Okay. Okay, so I know a couple of the problems. So this is log temp. I'm not sure what's wrong with that. Syntax error. Oh, forgot this. I guess this is not a way you can write this. Can I say, like, you know, is valid? Okay, cool. So those should be okay. Awesome. Now that we have that, yeah, I think, like, with their example, it's tracking tracking the specific attributes, so it waits for them to change. And I guess every time it changes, we apply a gameplay effect that, you know, subtracts. So there's one that will subtract, and then there's one that will add, and maybe there'll be one that we can, like, refresh entirely. Maybe that's what's happening. But let's see if we get that to work. I gotta remember if this, So we have this recharger thing. Is it showing in our UI? I think it might be. So it's gonna be empty slot. We're not gonna include it, so we should have 4 again. Yes, cool. Okay. So now I should tell it which attributes to do. So just to confirm, my current dodge stack count and my max dodge stack count are both 0. So if I set this to dodge and current dodge, they're both 3 now, which is what we set in our max number of stacks. So that's good. So far that's working. So now here, this is what we're going to be doing. We only have about 10-15 minutes left, so let's see. Let's quickly just prototype this. So again, it's going to be a gameplay attribute. We're only going to be watching current dodge stack. We do that, and then wait for attribute changed. I think we just do that. There has to be a better one. Wait attribute changed. Okay. Thank you. That all valid. We gotta give it a target actor. Okay, get avatar actor from actor info. Sure, only trigger once. No, we want it to trigger multiple times throughout the whole thing. I'm not sure why they have a delay until next tick thing here, but we can just say, hey, as long as this is less than, and then we can, I guess we could just grab this as well. Max dodge stacks. So I guess, yeah, this is where I'm kind of confused. So every time we're changing current, so we're taking away a stack each time, right? Or are we adding a stack? So like current dodge stack would be 0, then 1, 2, 3. Not sure how we want to do that. Let's just, let's just print the new value. And let's see. So the RGE is an archetype gameplay effect that increases the stack attribute associated with the skill by 1. Okay. Let's make ourselves a gameplay effect. Hey, how are you doing? I'm doing good, Captain Price. Thank you so much. How are you? What's up? So we're going to do has duration. We're going to say 2 seconds. We're going to stacking type. Aggregate by source. I don't know. We'll say 5 for now. No, let's just go to none to make my life easier. So modifiers. We're going to do current. We're going to do -1. Let's see what happens. So we're going to activate it. So I think, so perform dodge. I think here is where I got to apply the gameplay effect. So we're going to just do apply gameplay effect to owner. Our dodge stack. And we should get to this. I don't know if we'll get the breakpoint immediately, so let's see. Yes. Ah. Okay, so it's 2, 1, 1, 1. Okay, so it's stacking again, right? But it can get to -1, which I don't like. So I don't think we're clamping current dodge correctly. So let's look at our ability stacks here. So new value, minimum value. Okay, so I'm not doing this correctly. So super post attribute change, sure. Sorry. Super post attribute change, like that. But you know, we are getting the information here. So we get to like 0, negative, like -1. We shouldn't be getting to. And our stacking, I guess we could just do aggregate by target, no stack limit. Stack duration, never refresh, never reset, stack expiration, remove single stack, and refresh duration. I believe that's all that we need there. Let's make sure, let's see if our clamping works. Because like, maybe I did it wrong. Let me look at the, because yeah, in pre-attribute change, we're clamping. In post, we're not doing anything. And post gameplay effect execute. Seems right. Let's see. If we can confirm that this dodge stack attribute doesn't go negative, I think that's going to be a good place for us to end the stream for today. So let's find out. Hopefully it works so I don't go down a rabbit hole of me trying to fix something. Hopefully it'll start compiling soon. Oh, of course, build failed. You know. So, oh, max. Okay, so whoops. This is max dodge count. Let's see if it'll fail again after that fix. Again, the dangers of copying and pasting and not paying attention. All right, we're good. Hope y'all had a good Monday today. Today I was a little bit stressed and overwhelmed at work. Hopefully tomorrow will be better. Sometimes people catch me at the wrong times, and I'm not mean, but sometimes I can be a little snippy. So for the sake of everybody else, I gotta try to do better. Too many things happening at once. Yeah, can't say much more than that. My day was also kind of stressful. I'm sorry to hear that, man. I hope you're okay. Hopefully, once you get home, you can kind of shut that off. Enjoy your evenings. Not have to think about too much about work when you're home. Okay. So the moment of truth, do I stack this correctly? It gets to 0. Okay. Yeah, it doesn't. So stack duration. Let me start this over. Yeah, it resets completely. Don't want to do that. Maybe remove single stack and refresh duration. Am I able to show debug here? Is it like a next category thing? I don't know which one I'm looking for. So that looks right. Yeah. I know you guys can't really see the debug really. But yeah, the problem is that now it's stacking too much. So I would need to be able to clamp this. So stack limit count. It would have to be 3. I wonder if there would be what's the best way of like like how do I link that? You know what I mean? So let's see. I dodge. So yeah, it keeps refreshing the stack duration every time. So I don't want to refresh. Let's see. That looks more or less correct. So let me... Yeah, that feels fine. So I believe that's the setup I need. But yeah, I'll need to be able to set up the stack limit count at runtime as well. Because, you know, who knows what max stack count will be. You know, I can't just manually put it in there. It's all based on attribute. So let's add to our to-do list here. So ability stacks. So PyGE at runtime in C++. So that we can dynamically adjust stack count with max attribute value. I think that'll be the biggest thing. And then this should be done in C++ in the base stacked ability. And then I know I have to think about like durations and stuff and how I'm gonna get like, I guess I can get that from the stacked stuff. I think I should be able to pass all that information to the ability UI so that it properly updates. We're gonna have to see. So I feel aliasing when you dodge or move too fast. Is it just because of the camera boom like lag offset? Like, because it lags and, you know, stays a little bit behind, or is it like, you know, on the stream it just looks weird? Because I think I know what you mean. I'm not sure what I can do to fix that at the moment. I'm not sure if I care at the moment. Eventually, yeah, like maybe there's like screen tearing or something, but different problem for a different day, I think. Gonna have to fix the camera with that one. But yeah, where's my to-do list? Start looking into UI side application or duration, cooldown, etc. Because we're gonna have to have a special use case there too. But yeah, I think that's good. And I think we got a lot done, so I'm happy about that. So I think that's where I'm going to end it for tonight, guys. Thank you so much for watching. For those watching on Twitch, if you aren't already following me here on Twitch, a follow would be much appreciated. For those watching from YouTube, make sure to subscribe. And those watching from TikTok, just keep on watching, you know. You can follow me there if you'd like, but, you know, it's more important about Twitch and YouTube these days. So thanks for watching, everybody, and we'll try to stream again tomorrow night, so I'll see you then.